GoodLife Travel Agency.
Yep.
We're coming to you today from rainy Florida.
Florida, yes.
And we have a special guest today. We'd like to introduce to you our little cousin, Spencer.
Spencer. There
Hi,
he goes.
Spencer.
What's up, Spencer?
Alright, so we're going to do the top 10 travel tips. So our top number 1 travel tip is documents. Yeah, that's really important, don't you think?
Your documents.
Okay, so what type of documents do you think is important to have when traveling?
Well, you're going to need your birth certificate.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need your ID.
You're going to need your passport.
You're gonna
Passport, good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, you need that.
And your passport you can probably get at the post office or your state agency in your state. And with the passport, you're going to need that when you're going by boat, by plane, or out of the country. You need a passport. Yeah. So, and then the other great tip about documents is that you're going to want to make sure that you have emergency documents in case you lose those documents.
Right.
Because if you pack your documents in your bags and your bags don't get to your destination, you're going to need some backup.
That's the end, yeah.
So make sure you take photocopies of those documents. Put them somewhere safe upon yourself so that you will not lose them and they will stay with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good tip, yes.
Any other things on documents that you guys can think of?
Just make sure that you keep your documents in a safe place.
Yep,
You
safe
put them
place.
in like a file or folder
Yep.
Yes.
so you don't lose them.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
good
it.
job. All right, we're going to move on to our travel tip number 2, which is extra luggage.
Extra luggage.
And why is
Gotta
this
have that.
important?
Well, you're going to be buying little knickknacks and this and that, and you need to have a place to bring them back.
Right. Anything on that, Spencer?
Well, if you go on like a cruise to out of the country, like Mexico or something like that, you probably will get stuff that like souvenirs,
Right.
like a hat
Yeah.
or a statue or something like a little figure,
Yeah.
and you
Right.
can put it in your luggage, your extra luggage,
Yep.
which you can bring back to whatever country you live in.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, extra luggage is a good thing. You always want to bring extra luggage. You never know what you might purchase when you're in another country or somewhere. You never know who you're going to go visit, and they might give you something, so then you want to have something to take back. But the other thing is if you don't want to bring extra luggage, you can always pay to ship the stuff back, which is a little bit more expensive. So luggage, paying the little baggage fee on the air flights or wherever you're going is a lot cheaper than paying to ship stuff.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It will be quite a bit cheaper, and you'll know that it's in good shape by you handling it.
That is true
Because if you
too.
leave it to the post office, UPS, or something,
It can
then
get damaged.
It can get damaged.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that was pretty good on travel tip number 2. So we're going to move on to travel tip number 3. Travel tip number 3 is travel insurance.
That's right. You gotta be insured.
Because you never know what can happen on a trip. And unfortunately, to be lost of tons of money and time, it's worth it. Paying a little extra to make sure you secure that,
All
that
your-
travel and
yeah,
those funds.
Your personal belongings are important. to
You work
you.
hard for what you do, and
So,
the money that you need to spend for travel is expensive. So having a little backup in case an emergency happens,
Right.
say you get sick or something happens in your family, or something happens while you're on vacation, you don't make it to your destination due to some type of weather-related things, you want to have backup. So travel insurance is important and really doesn't cost that much. Really doesn't. I can get you affordable travel insurance if you need it.
Yes.
Even if you don't book your travel through us, we can still get your travel insurance. So, anything about that, Spencer? Travel insurance? You probably
Just,
don't.
it's like Monique said, it's not that much money. You could probably use to carry travel insurance.
So, travel tip number 4 is if you're traveling by road, you're going to need to maintenance your car.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, making sure that you have the proper maintenance on your car is very important if you're doing road travel. You want to make sure that you have inflated
Tires.
and that you get your proper oil changes, transmission tune-ups, things of that nature to make sure your car is running right. You don't want to be stranded on the side of the road and miss your vacation.
And plus, if you're taking a road trip that's going maybe across the country or to a lot of states that are far away from where we currently are,
Mm-hmm.
you want to have money to pay gas because gas is super important.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have gas, there's no way you're going to be able to travel anywhere on
Yes.
the road.
So let's make sure you plan for how much gas you're going to need while traveling because you don't want to be stranded on the side of the road with no gas.
Yeah,
Running
make
out of
sure
gas is a big thing.
Gas
Maybe
is big.
you might want to join an auto club
Mhm.
like
That's good.
AAA
Yep.
or Road Angels, whatever
It's
type
available in your
available in
state.
your area.
Mhm.
Make sure that you have some type of road service.
Yes. All right. So
Okay, so
well, I
important
think
one
that
now.
one's really important. So I think
Yeah.
we're good with that. So we're gonna move on to
This
our
next one is
next
going to be very important.
travel tip.
Okay.
Ready? Travel tip number 5.
So
Bye.
in case you are an animal lover,
Yes.
you like to travel with animals,
We're gonna do pet travel. So
Yes.
travel tips for pets. The most important thing is to make sure your pet's in good health.
good health.
Visit your veterinarian office before you go on travel with your pet.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, you know, you can't go on a cruise with animals. That's just the rule. But if you have a puppy and they have yet to get their vaccines, I suggest you put them in before you travel with them because it's hard for them. They won't be able to sniff other dogs. They won't be able to do anything. So
Right. You never know what other animals have in other cities and states. So you want to make
Right.
sure your pet is properly vaccinated and taken care of. You also want to make sure if you're traveling by plane or train or any type of public transportation that you have the proper documents for your pet. And if your pet were to get lost or stolen, you want to be able to identify that pet.
Yep.
Make sure it has a chip and that it's chipped and tagged
Or
properly.
tag, yeah.
Yeah, so those are important things.
and if you want to travel, if you want to put them on a plane, maybe you're going to some other state or you're going back home,
Mhm.
you need to keep them in a cage or on your lap.
Or
because-
with a leash, yes.
with a leash,
Make
yeah.
sure you're
Yeah.
properly leashed, your animal. You might think that your pet is the best animal in the world, but then one nice little kid comes up and touches it and it wants to bite. So you want to make sure that your pet is properly secured. Yep. And it's for their safety as well, you know. So, all right, I think that's really good. I think we're going to move on to our next tip. And our next tip is charging options.
Oh, yeah. You gotta have
People run into this problem all the time.
that.
You know, especially if you're traveling overseas or in another country, you want to make sure that the plug and the outlet matches the type of charger you have. Sometimes, you know, you need an international charger.
Yeah.
And that's really important. So you want to make sure you can grab one of those. You can get them on Amazon. Local stores have them in their travel sections.
Yeah. Walmart.
Mhm. So that is very important because if you don't have your phone, your tablets, your computers, laptops, games for your kids,
Yeah.
vacation can get kind of scary.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to communicate with your family.
And let them know you're all right.
And, you know, in case the the children, if you have kids, they go on a vacation. They want to play a type of video game. Like
Right.
probably the most popular video game right now.
Keeps them busy.
Keep them busy. They'll probably be playing Fortnite. That's my guess.
Okay.
But you gotta, sometimes keep them entertained, especially if you go on this long road trip.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be wanting to use electronics the whole time because what else do they want to do?
Right. Make sure you have multiples for everybody so that you have enough charging stations for everybody who's traveling with you.
Right.
All right. So that's a good one. So let's do our next travel tip, which is currency.
Gotta have that money.
You want to stop and get the correct currency for wherever you're traveling to
That's
in
right.
international countries.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't take California dineros over to another country.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're able to get those dineros transferred into something else so that you have the spending power in whatever country you're in.
Right.
And you can usually find currency exchange places in your local city, sometimes in your local malls,
Right.
and at the airport. So
Right.
currency changes are really good and important.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, it is.
So let's move on to our next travel tip, which is
Planning.
planning. You can
Ooh.
never do too much planning.
Gotta plan ahead.
Oh my gosh. In case of emergencies, you want to plan ahead. You want to plan ahead for the weather,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially if you're coming to Florida.
Yeah, because
It rains here all the time.
in fact it rains about almost every single day.
Yes.
True.
Except for yesterday, we got a break, little break.
And then,
In some spots.
of course, because it's hot here too, so it rains and it's hot, so you got to pack for rainy weather and cold weather.
Cold
So
weather.
you want to make sure you plan ahead in your different destinations that you're going to
And
make
if-
sure
and
the
if you're-
weather's good.
And if you're going to a place that is known for having cold temperatures, don't go in there wearing summer clothes
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 because you're gonna look dumb. You need to have the proper dress, or
Right.
else you're gonna freeze.
Oh
or you're
yeah.
gonna be too hot. Especially where we are in Florida, it's 90 degrees about every day with rain and humidity, which is the worst.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't come in here wearing 3 jackets
Nope.
and 2 underwear. You gotta be summer dressed, or you gotta be prepared for cold weather, warm
Mm-hmm.
weather, rainy weather, any type of weather. You gotta be prepared.
Yes. And then also you want to make sure you plan which areas you're going to be around, what's going to be in your local area that you're in so that you know what's around you. You want to know food places. You
Right.
want to know what type of activities they have there. Maybe if you're going to go and you don't quite sure have hotel reservations, you want to know what type of hotels are in that area. But also if you're traveling, you want to make sure that if you're not booking a car rental that you know what type of transportation it has. Uber and Lyft are great, but if they don't have that there, you won't know unless you plan ahead and find out.
You gotta find out.
And you don't want to get stuck just anywhere.
Yeah. And if
so,
you're going to areas, obviously, like here in Florida, there's no taxi. Well, there's a few.
well,
but
there's
not
taxis.
many.
No, there's taxis here. You can call for taxis,
Yeah.
but you just want to make sure you plan ahead to make sure those type of services are available in other countries and things like that. So planning ahead is very, very, very important.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna do travel tip number 9. Ding 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 ding.
Number 9.
Comfortable shoes.
Comfortable shoes. Oh, yeah.
yes.
You
I wasn't thinking that this was important, but
Yes,
it
it
seems
is.
like everybody's saying when you travel, make sure you have comfortable shoes.
And I mean, if you obviously when you're a kid, your foot grows,
Right.
and you have to, as a mom, or if you're a mom that's watching this, you have to know what size your child's foot is, so they're not going to be coming up there if they're size 7 with a size 5 shoe, because they will be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Their feet will start to get achy.
Yeah.
They won't be able to do much.
Kids' feet aches just like grown adults, so we want to make sure everybody in your travel party has the proper shoes when they're going, because you never know what you might end up doing at a travel destination. You might be hiking, you might be swimming, you might be lounging around on the beach. Wherever you're going, you want to make sure you have comfortable
And
shoes.
if you, like for example, you go to California to go because obviously there's a lot of mountains out there, you can hike to a bunch of areas at the observatory.
Yeah. Very nice place.
Yeah.
And,
So,
and then you need to, if because it's a far hike, you have to be able to you have to walk with comfortable shoes, or else it's not going to be fun.
yeah, because sometimes flip-flops just don't work everywhere.
No,
they
it don't
don't.
work everywhere.
All right, so our last and final tip:
Doo-doo.
Have fun.
fun. Have
Yes.
Have
fun.
fun.
Enjoy your vacation.
Yeah.
Make those memories with your family and friends, and have a ton of fun.
You only live once.
You only
Yeah.
live once.
You don't want to go somewhere and just,
just
Watch TV in the room.
you don't
Don't
want to
do
stay in your
that.
hotel room your whole vacation.
Yeah.
Get out,
Get
explore
out,
the
yeah.
place.
It-
Learn
Me-
about the different cultures and the different foods, and
Meet the other people that are around you.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to say hello. You
Yeah.
know, take your eyes off of those gadgets and gizmos and look up and say hi. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not from here, but I'd like to know about what it is about this place that makes it so special that everybody travels to.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
So have fun.
Always have fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
So we want to say thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoy these travel tips.
Thank you.
And stay tuned for more. We'll have more with our special guest, Spencer.
Spencer.
Thank you, Spencer. You were great.
Yes.
We enjoyed you on our video.
Yes.
So stay tuned. If you need any help with your traveling, don't hesitate. Drop us an email. Living the Good Life Travel Agency is here to help you. All right.
And also, like every YouTuber will say, like, comment,
And
and
subscribe.
subscribe.
Thank you, Spence.
Thank
You
you,
got it.
Spence.
All right, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that button down there.
That's
Make sure
right.
you put for notifications so you get the next video that we
Yeah.
put out. We try to put out our videos on Wednesdays, so stay tuned.